Hello everyone, welcome to Interdisciplinary Studies 499, your capstone course. My name is Brother Vorderstrass and I'm your instructor, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of the course and hopefully answer commonly asked questions here as you start the class. As you can see, I'm sharing my screen out with you here. As you enter the course, you'll land on this homepage. If you'd like to get to know me better, you can click on the announcement here, or you can click the little announcement link over here. And if you click on that, I've got some pictures at the bottom and there's a little bit about me. And you can actually reply to any announcement. So if you have any sort of questions about anything, you can either email me or you can hit the reply at the bottom of any announcement that I post to add any sort of comment that you'd like. Now, if you click on the modules area, it's going to take you to the place where all of your assignments are located. There's a bit of an overview and an orientation here at the beginning. So as you can see, here's the introduction, here's the orientation. Especially go over the orientation if you're a brand new online student, if you've never taken an online course before. And then you get into the first graded assignment, which is the syllabus quiz. So with the syllabus quiz, you're going to want to, you can either actually access the syllabus here from the left, or you can click on the course syllabus link here. It will take you to the syllabus that you should study, and then you'll take a quiz on the contents of the syllabus. You can see here that the syllabus quiz is worth 5 points. There are 10 questions. It gives the due date over here. There's no time limit, and when you're ready, you can just click the Take the Quiz button right there. So be sure to read over that syllabus quiz, or sorry, the syllabus and then the syllabus quiz. After you've done that, you have a reading assignment. So for the first 3 weeks, these reading assignments are about project management. The week 4 reading is about interdisciplinary studies. And really what we're looking for is just to give you a solid foundation in project management in the first few weeks so that you can use those skills on your project in later weeks. So those are really important that you do. Beyond week 4, there are no reading assignments. So I guess enjoy them while you can. They'll go away after that, and then you'll just be working on your project hours, your 50 project hours after that, and meeting with your instructor and your mentor as needed. I will admit that the text is geared more toward construction or business majors, but at the same time would point out that you're going to find important project management principles in the text that will apply to any project, whether it's writing a 30-page paper or building a shop or doing a dance project. It's really hard to find a text that's completely applicable to every single one of the diverse projects that we have students doing this semester. It's really one of the things that I love about teaching this class is the diversity of all the things that you do. So please just do your very best here with what we have, and if it's any consolation, the text is free, so that's kind of nice. Also in the first week, you'll sign up to meet with me. So if we go back to the modules area, you'll see that. So you'll sign up for an instructor meeting with me. And this kind of explains what that consists of, and you click on the link down here at the bottom, which will send you out to a Google Sheet. We have those meetings via Zoom or in my office. If you'd like to meet with me in my office, that would be great. And you can tell me in that sheet how exactly you'd like to meet with me, either in person in my office or via Zoom. I'll meet with you twice throughout the semester to talk about your project and give you guidance and other useful information. For our first meeting, you'll sign up for a date and time in week 2, 3, or 4. So I meet with a third of the class at a time. You just need to put your name on the line and indicate, again, whether you'd like to meet with me via Zoom or in my office. If you are meeting me outside of regular business hours, which right now there aren't any times that you can sign up out of regular business hours, then we will meet via Zoom because I do go home in the evenings and all times are mountain time. So if you live in a different time zone, just make sure to take that into account. Every week you'll report your progress to me. So if we progress here, and this is a really important aspect of the course. So my hope really is that you jump in and start logging project hours as soon as you can, because you want to reach those 50 hours by about week 11, because that's when you do your practice presentation. But it's important that you know that regardless of how many minutes or hours you spend on your project, you need to turn in your project report every week. Even if you haven't logged any hours, you should still turn in your weekly reflection report. You still get points for it regardless of how many minutes or hours that you work. I track all your minutes from week to week in another document to make sure that you've met the 50 hours by the end of the course. And there is a penalty for not meeting those 50 hours, and I would point you back to the syllabus for all of that grading information. The assignments in the course don't count toward your 50 hours, so you can't report that you worked 60 minutes on the first reading guide or 15 minutes on the syllabus quiz. All time that you record has to be spent on the project itself. So technically, you're supposed to spend a total of 80 hours on this class. The course materials, like the readings and different things, being 30 hours of that, and then the actual project work is 50 hours. So let's move on to week 2. So I'll go back out here to the modules area. Week 2 is a little bit more of the same. Scroll down here so that you can see. There's an introduction, and that's the time when I start meeting with you. So you can see there that there's a reminder for the instructor meeting. In week 2, there's a reminder for the mentor meeting as well. So you actually meet with your mentor, I believe, in week 3, but this is a reminder that you can set that up and you can take care of that in week 2 if you want to, or you can do it in week 3. There's a reading guide. Again, this week is going to be on project management. Specifically, there's information there about the work breakdown structure. So you do a work breakdown structure here in week 2, where you get to think about every step that needs to be taken to execute your project. And then, of course, you have your weekly progress report that you submit there. Scrolling to week 3. So this is grayed out because you don't have access to it quite yet, but in week 3, you've got more reading, the instructor report, another your instructor meeting, sorry. This time you're taking what you did in your work breakdown structure and you're creating a Gantt chart. So part of your reading will be about Gantt charts that week so that you can further break down your project timeline. Again, you meet with your mentor sometime between week 2 and 3. Your mentors will be getting an email from me here soon, probably tomorrow, if they haven't already, thanking them for their service and outlining what's really expected of them as mentors. They send me a mentor evaluation at the end of the semester, basically saying, they met with you 3 times, if they have met with you 3 times, and what the dates of those meetings were, and what sort of interactions they had with you, and what they believe the quality of your project to be. From their discipline. It's really important that you pick a good mentor, somebody that's going to give you constructive feedback. We have had those who have maybe picked a mentor that they thought would be easy on them, but in the end, a lot of times that makes for not a good product in the end. So moving on to week 4. So again, week 4 is the last week that you have like the readings and the reading guides. Again, a third of the class meets with me in week 4. This week has a bit of a longer reading, and it's specifically about interdisciplinary studies. And then in this week, in week 4, you've got your revised project proposal. So let me talk a little bit about that. So originally you turned in a project proposal just to be able to get into this course. You get a little bit more time to think about that, and you get a little bit more detailed on that as we work through the first 4 weeks of the course, at which time it should be really solidified in your mind whether or not you need to pare back the project, you've bitten off too much, or maybe you need to extend it out and make it a little bit more robust, or in very few cases I've seen people scrap their projects altogether, which is pretty unfortunate, but technically you can do that. You just have to have your project reapproved by me. However, be careful, because if you completely change your project, any hours that you had logged toward the first thing you were working on may not transfer to the second thing. So to give you an example, if I were researching the segregation patterns in an inner city, but decided to change my research to focus on the Teton Dam, then the original research I did on segregation patterns wouldn't apply to my 50-hour project needed for my Teton Dam project. However, if there was alignment somehow between my old project and my new project, then the hours could count, but we'd need to work that out. Hopefully you're not changing your project too drastically, but if you find that you have to do that, then let me know so that we can talk about what's possible there. I encourage you at the beginning of the course to set goals for yourself. One scripture comes to mind when I think about project management, specifically Mosiah 4:27, which says, "And see that all things are done in wisdom and order, for it is not requisite that a man should run faster than he has strength. And again, it is expedient that he should be diligent, that thereby he might win the prize. Therefore, all things must be done in order." So I very much encourage you, as the scripture says, to really bring order to your project as we work through these first few weeks. If you do that at the very beginning, I know that'll pay dividends in the future weeks. So good luck this semester. I look forward to meeting you. Reach out if you need anything, and take care. We'll see you soon.